Sonic the Hedgehog, The Werehog's Awakening Chapter 7, Doggish Side Effects.
Guys, I'm back, I shouted as I returned home. Tails was watching TV when he saw me. Want to know the first thing he did? He paused the movie he was watching and hugged me.
Hey Sonic, welcome back. How was your run?
He asked me, first, I'm glad to see you too. And secondly, it was good. You know how my morning runs usually are. I then told him. Tails let go of me after the hug. Where's Knuckles? I then asked as I looked around for him. Tails then explained that he was outside doing his training routine again. I wanted to tell him hey, but he sometimes doesn't like it when people interrupt his little training session, so I decided to wait until he was finished.
Anyways, do you want to help me on a new weapon?
Tails then said out of the blue. Like, no. Are you sure? I asked him. Tails nodded and grabbed my arm. Wait, what are you? I yelled when he dragged me to his bedroom and closed the door behind him. Tails, are you crazy? I shouted. Tails laughed nervously and said,
Sorry, I wanted you to help me with this project, since I figured I would need your eyes and such.
I got less angry after when Tails explained what was going on and I agreed to help him with his new weapon. We both sat at his work desk, working on a project together like the friends we are. I always liked to call Tails my younger brother even though I never had any siblings. Ever since when me, Tails, and Knuckles came together as a team, I always treated them like brothers to me. My bond with Tails got so strong, it was already like we were brothers already. It took some time to get a bond with Knuckles, but turns out the dude is nice once you got to know him. Knuckles is like my older brother, cause I'm basically the middle child of the three of us.
So what you want to do is place the chip in this spot.
Tails then said, pointing to a section of the weapon that had a slot in it. Without hesitation, I placed the chip in the slot, making it come to life. The two of us high-fived at this sight.
You're quite good at this, Sonic?
Tails then said to me, I guess so. I never had any experience in mechanics and such until I met you, I admitted.
Do you want to give it a test run?
Heck yes, I then shouted. This was going to be quite interesting. I've never tried out one of Tails' new weapons, so this was gonna be fun.
Tails' point of view.
Knuckles was already done with his training routine, but he decided to help us with the weapon instead of going back in the house. Tom and Maddie made us lunch, which we gladly enjoyed before heading out. Knuckles had set up a target for us while me and Sonic got the weapon ready. Sonic was the one firing while I had my notepad out to take notes. I always carry a notepad with me to take note on a new weapon if one messes up and such. Sonic actually had questioned me why I always carried one with me. After explaining it to him, he totally understood me. Heck, during our adventure, I had it with me then. You ready, Sonic? I asked him. Sonic gave me the thumbs up while Knuckles joined me. He then asked me,
Do you really think the Hedgehog can handle this?
Sam nodded and said, Sonic knows how to use most of my weapons, so we should be good. Sonic was about to fire the weapon, but he didn't do it. Sonic, what are you? I started. Next thing I noticed was that Sonic looked at us and started barking like crazy. What is he doing? I thought to myself. Knuckles punched Sonic's face and brought him back to his senses.
What the heck, man? What was that for?
Sonic shouted.
You were barking at us like a dog.
Knuckles then said. Sonic rolled at Knuckles and was about to pounce at him, but then I jumped into the fray and made them stop. Can you two put a hook in it? I shouted. They both stopped fighting and looked at each other. Knuckles apologized to Sonic while Sonic told him that it was okay. We were able to test out my new weapon in the end and it was a success. That was weird though. Sonic was barking at us like if he was an actual dog. We have Ozzy as our family dog, but this Sonic was nothing like I'd ever seen. When we all decided to watch a movie together, Sonic would at first sit like a normal person on the couch, would then sit in a dog position. Tom and Maddie found it slightly weird, but dealt with it throughout the movie we all watched. When I went to Sonic's room to check on him, I would find him scratching his leg. Not with his hands, but he was biting at it. Sonic, I started. Sonic would look up at me and say,
Hey, Tails. I was just trying to scratch my leg.
I gave him a weird expression before leaving him. I had a conversation with Tom and Maddie about how weird Sonic was acting. They said that they had never seen Sonic sit in a dog position on the couch, or even bark and growl at them.
It's almost like he's acting like Ozzy.
Tom told me Maddie agreed. She thought it was weird seeing Sonic in the state. I then talked to Knuckles. Something is going on with Sonic, and I have a feeling that this started after the camping trip. I told Knuckles.
How could it happen after that?
Knuckles asked me, "Don't you remember that he was bitten on his torso by this huge creature? I think something could have happened to him," I added. Knuckles at first didn't want to work with me, but in the end, he ended up agreeing to help me find out what the heck was going on with Sonic. He too cared about Sonic just like I did, but I just hope that Sonic is okay. If something has happened to him, then we would be the first to find out what it was. We'd be ready for it.